Hello and welcome to the player ratings for the 4-1 beating of Shrewsbury in the FA Cup third round at Anfield. Loads of kids out there today, and it was a really good mix of the old and the new, I think. Klopp got it spot on with his team selection, with his changes made throughout the game, and it just kept us in the game, even though we did concede. It kept us in the game, it kept us going, and ultimately I think it was really good experience for these young players. But we will kick it off. I will kick it off by saying there is a man of the match poll alongside this. So while we are going through our individual ratings for each one, I would like you to give me your man of the match. As you can see below, it'll be !, vote, space, and then the number for your man of the match, and that corresponds, as you can see on the side, with the players that you want. So pick a vote there. Tell me your man of the match, and we'll say it at the end. But we will get into the first one, which is Kevin Kelleher. So I thought he was good today. Nothing he can do, to be honest, for their goal. But he was off his line. That one where Van Dijk plays the ball back, and he has to scramble to get there. He's switched on. He's alert. Like I say, not really too much for him to do. But he was composed, he was good on the ball, and I think now we can safely say Adrian will probably never ever get a game for Liverpool again, because that lad is perfect for second string. He's in there with Alisson for me, but I don't think we can really say he did too much. I'm just going to give him a 7, but I'd love to know your guys' votes. Give me your votes, like I say, in the comments. But I'm going to give a 7 for now, and we may revisit that when there's a few more people voting in the chat. But yeah, that'll do. We're moving on. Andy Robertson, I thought he was really good on that left-hand side. We did think he was going to be the focal point of this team, but it turned out to be Conor Bradley, who we'll talk about later. He had a few moments, obviously that one where Dixon Bonner could score, a brilliant stretch to get it back across, just couldn't just couldn't get the goal, Dixon Bonner there. But I thought Robbo was really good, really industrious up and down that left-hand side, whipping them balls in all the time, really, really dangerous crosses. Obviously, Konate had that one where it loops over the top, Van Dijk has the one, and I think Robertson crosses the free kick in that gets us the penalty with the handball right onto Virgil's head. The defender handballs it, idiotic. Rob Davies there saying Kelleher 7. Let me know what you think Robbo should get in the comments. I was thinking... Rob Davies here saying 8. I can stick with an 8. I think 8 might be a touch too high. I was gonna go with a 7.5, to be honest. I think he had bits in this game that were really good. I just don't think he was there today. And I'm gonna give him a 7.5, to be honest. Lucia saying Robbo 7, Sir Klopp saying Kelleher 6. Nothing special, nothing terrible. That's what I was thinking. Just an average score. That's what you want. You want a solid goalkeeper on the day. But anyway, we'll move it on to Virgil van Dijk. Look, he's commanding a team full of kids today, wasn't he? Basically, he had loads of kids out there. Oh, everyone, just vote again if you want, by the way. I don't think the votes were getting tallied, so vote again now if you want for your man of the match. But Van Dijk, I just don't... He was good. He was good. There was a few little niggling mistakes in there. He's not back to his best yet, is he? But he was still good. He was commanding. Every time there was something wrong, he told them what was wrong, you know what I mean? He can't do anything for their goal at all, really. Maybe apart from shouting Konate. But Konate should know. He should know. We'll go on about Konate in a second. But I just don't think Van Dijk did too much. But it was an average performance, and that's all that was needed on the day. He just needed to be solid. There was one that I can't remember when they pumped the ball up, as they were wont to do all game, but they hit the ball long, and Konate's underneath it, and Van Dijk goes behind him, and he just lets their player, Udo I think it is, touch the ball, and then he strides away with it. That's what he is. He's so calm and composed, and it's really hard to get through, but I just think a 7's the right call for me, I think, today. Sir Klopp saying 6, Ricardo Hunter saying 6 as well. The Cine Singe saying Van Dijk 7. I'm going to say 7. I think 6 is a touch too harsh, if I'm being honest. But we move on to Ibou Konate. Let me know what you think of Ibou Konate's game in the comments. I will be reading them as well. I thought he was good. There was a few moments where he just muscled people off the ball, and that's what Ibou Konate is so good at. He's got the pace. He is basically Van Dijk 2.0, and he's younger by a country mile, but he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. Again, Van Dijk and him kind of struggled a touch today in the first half. Once Shrewsbury got the foot on the ball, they didn't really have the the cover normally afforded to them by having Henderson and, let's say, Thiago there kind of covering. We pushed our full-backs up so high that the centre-halves kind of got stuck there. So I don't think all the blame can go on them. But what are we saying in here? The Cine saying 7, Ty Marshall 7.5, Lucy saying 7, Rob saying 7. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for a 7, just straight down the middle. Not bad, not exceptional, sound. Now, Conor Bradley, this is a kid to look out for. I think Klopp's already spoken about how good he is so many times, but we got to see today just how good he was up and down that right-hand side. Yes, he got caught out defensively a few times, but every team plays that long ball over that side. Now, every single time you see that diagonal and it catches Trent out, and that's just the way it is with our system, because what happens is we're expecting players to come back and help. Dixon Bonner did not do that for their goal, and I don't think he did it for their second chance either. And Klopp had a word, and you saw it in the second half. Dixon Bonner did get back, and we snuffed it out. So I don't think we can blame it all on Conor Bradley. That was his defensive side of the game. Going forward, he was absolutely brilliant. He gets 2 assists, does he, on the night? I know the Ebu gets the assist for the Bobby one, but he stretches and keeps the ball into play for me there. He was just up and down constantly. He was making inside runs, which was really, really good to see. We were able to... It was strange, actually. We got him in the centre, and then Kate Gordon was going out wide, and then we were pulling Morton out, or Dixon Bonner, sorry, out on the right-hand side. We were just overloading that side, but we getting him in the centre, and he was making them runs all day long, absolutely all day long. Ty Marshall says 8 or 9 for Bradley. Jason Smith saying Bradley, man of the match, 10 for the big man. I honestly think he was my man of the match, but we'll carry on. SMJ Legacy, 8.5 for Bradley. Big Boy Kanate, 8.5. Sir Klopp, 7. Sir Scotty says 8 or 9. Bradley, 7. I honestly think he was the best player on that pitch by a way. That's my opinion, but I think that I'm going to give him a 9. And I know you might think that's a bit too high, but I just think the way he played today, he was the focal point of that team. For me, we were just playing through that right-hand side so much. And I think if you would have had someone better than Dixon Bonner in there, who was decent today, if you had someone else better in there to cover for him on the flanks, we wouldn't have even had to worry defensively, I don't think. But we'll move on to Fabinho in the middle. And this is a guy that I think Liverpool needed to show his class today. He was surrounded by kids. He's got Morton in there. He's got Dixon Bonner in there. He's going to have to cover for Bradley. We knew that. He's going to have to cover for Robbo. He's going to be a focal point, we thought. And he was as well a bit, so he's having to cover a load of space, he's having to come forward, and we did see him later on in the game getting up there, getting into the box. That's how he gets his goal, doesn't he? I think defensively he was really good, as he always is. I think his class on the ball was plain to see. Got to the point where Shrewsbury were putting 2 men on him in the middle, and then going from there in terms of the pressing, because they knew if you give him the ball, he's dangerous. He can beat a man with his first touch. He was absolutely brilliant. The Sinnerson saying actually Bradley an 8. Fair enough. I have given him a 9. I'll be honest. The Sinnersons then saying Fabinho 8.5 man of the match. Oh wow, okay, fair enough. He did get 2 goals. That's got to count for something, and he just carried on going constantly. Shifted positions. Obviously, Morton went back into there, and he was more of an attacking midfielder role towards the end of the game. Just a bit of extra height, I think, at the end, just to kind of push Shrewsbury all the way back, give them nothing, stifle them. But we'll see. Sir Klopp saying Fabinho 9, Big Boy Kanate Fabinho 8, Lucy Fabinho 9, Ty says 9, Donut Fab 8, Ellen NG Fab my man of the match, Rob 8.5, Keegan Fabinho 2 goals, say no more. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go with the 8.5. No, you know what? That's a bit harsh. I'm going to go with the 9. He's going to go the same as Bradley. We're going high today. Why not? Why not, eh? So there it is. Fabinho gets a 9. We'll move on now to Tyler Morton. Brilliant again. First time we've really seen him in these kind of channels, kind of having to come back and cover for there and getting further up. These 2 roles are so intensive. You're having to play that inside channel all game, getting up and down constantly, and he was really, really good at that. Obviously, later on into the game, he did move into this position, somewhere that we're more used to seeing him in there, and somewhere where I think he's actually more suited to playing. But he was so good towards the end of the game, 20 minutes left. He was just imposing himself all around the pitch, and you need that. You need a player who's comfortable in different roles, and we might see him more in these roles, in these kind of games, in the FA Cup, and maybe not the League Cup because it is Arsenal, but in the FA Cup especially, we might see that. Obviously, we will. We might even have. No, we don't. I thought we might have our team that we're going to play against in the fourth round, but I don't have that yet. So, Tyler Morton, what is everyone thinking here? So, Kanate, Tyler 6.5, SMJ Legacy, Morton 8, Sinersin 7.5, Ty 7.5, BS 314 7.5, 6, 7.5 from Birdo. Rob Davies, Morton 8.5. Wow, really going high for him. I'm going to give him a 7.5. I think he was really, really good. Didn't do too much, still loads to learn, but that Megs at the end was brilliant as well. Strode away with the ball, showed that bit of quality. Loads of people are losing their legs. He just had the presence of mind to be able to stride away with that and spread it. Really, really good. Dixon Bonnet, you know what? Just for the Megs alone, he's getting an 8. Dixon Bonnet, he was okay. I think he didn't track back enough for Bradley. Showed that he's not really... It's hard because if you can't write anyone off in these games, you're all about taking the positives in these games, I think. And if you are going to take negatives, it's to be able to get positives at the end of it, if that makes sense. Positive change. Dixon Bonnet, I think there's still a lot more to show from him. He is 21. He's older than Curtis Jones up here, who we think of as a first-team regular. And Dixon Bonnet's not really coming to the side, whether it's hard to get in, but Jones has shown that if you're good enough, you get into this team. So we really needed to show off today. He should have scored that goal, I think. Great save from their goalkeeper, don't get me wrong, but I think he should have scored that goal. Let's have a look what everyone in here is saying. Okay, SMJ Legacy, DB, Dixon Bonner 7, HC 7, Sinersinge 5.5, quite low, okay. Ty Marshall 7, Dixon 6.5, Sniper Jewel saying 6, Dixon was stellar, says Perry Chergan 7, fair enough. Sir Clopton, Dixon Bonner 6, not terrible, but he needs to leave for regular game time, not going to make it in the Premier League. It's a bit harsh, but it might even be true. I'm going to say little 6.5. If he scores that goal, I think he gets a 7. Easily all day, easily. Curtis Jones on that left-hand side obviously gets put back into the midfield as well. But he needed to do a bit more for me. There was a load of people in the watching on chat today saying he wasn't very good, he didn't do this, he wasn't fast enough, he didn't do this. But I think just in terms of a calm and presence, it's his first game back for a long time. You've got to take that into account. You really do. He didn't have his best game in Liverpool share, but it was nice. He had some really nice interchanging of play around the area. Just doing what Curtis Jones does. But I think he could have done more for me. We have high expectations for him at this point, and I think he wants that. You need to have them high expectations. So to be honest, I'm going to give him... Well, actually, let's see what everyone's put in first. Rob Davis has said Jones 7, Sloppy OJ 7.5, created a few chances. Yeah, you're spot on there. Sinersinge 7, HC 6.75. I'll leave the 0.2 decimal places to stay. I'll keep it to 1 decimal place. Big Boy Kanate 5.5. Curtis was bad today, can't hide it. He could have done better. I do agree with that. Sir Scotty Jones 7, Lucy R Jones 7. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it is a 7. Could do more. Was good. Move on to, you know what, we'll go Waltman first. Don't think he had a very good game, but we knew that it was always going to be tough. He's coming up against 3 big groks. He played a back 3, and he stood up against this big fella, and yeah, that's hard. We see it in pre-season all the time. When these young lads come up against these centre halves, it's really tough for them to get to win physical battles. I can understand why he never, and I can understand why he was brought off. Who? Cardiff. Okay, I've just been told who we have in the 4th round of the FA Cup, and it is Cardiff. So if everyone who cares, and that's everyone who's watching this video, I'm assuming, we do play Cardiff City in the 4th round. But anyway, back to Waltman. I just think he lost the physical battle, and he didn't want to kind of come deep, whether he was told to stay on the last man or what, but he didn't want to come deep and affect the play in here, and we missed it in the first half. You could really tell that. As soon as Minamino came in, he gets the ball to feet, turns, faces goal, and gets runners past him, something that Bobby Firmino was excellent at. Maybe that's not in this kid's game. Maybe it was overawed with stuff. I just don't think he had a very good game anyway, but we'll have to see. Radbu L says Waltman 2. It's really, really harsh. I'm not going to give him that, to be honest with you. Big Boy Kanate 3.5. Ty says 6. Chicken Boy 5.5. Sniper Jules 5.5. I don't think he was very good. I'll be honest, I'm going to give him a 5. That's going to be the lowest mark that you're going to see today. I don't think he was very good. By all means, we are not writing this kid off, though. I'm sure he's going to be fantastic. Just, he needs to bulk out a bit. He really, really does. On to Kate Gordon then. Fantastic from him. We knew he's a superstar regardless, but he was so good on that right-hand side. There was a moment, the ball gets sprayed to the right-hand side where he was, and he goes near and then pulls away from the defender. Really, really intelligent running, gets the space, and then he runs, and it was excellent. As a little shot off a goal early on in the first half, just a bit of excitement. Obviously, he gets brought down for, I don't think it was a pen. Maybe it was, maybe he did win the pen, but he gets brought down the area. I remember that, whether it was given or not, I can't remember. Takes his goal so well. That ball in from Conor Bradley, brings it down, 1 touch, 2 touch, and then slots it while kind of fading away from it in a basketball term. Really, really calm and collected. Really, really enjoyed his game today. And we spoke about it on the watch along. Who would you most like to succeed if you had to pick one of the youngsters who was playing today? And everyone pretty much said Kay Gordon. He looks so explosive on the ball, looks so exciting, and he's only a kid. He's really, really young. So we'll have to see here. The Citizens, Gordon 7.5. Big Boy Kanate says Kay Gordon 8.5. He's Salah 2.0. Yeah, spot on. JW 8. Rob Davies 8.5. Jota spams L2. Gordon 8. JW 8.5. Actually, best of the kids. He's changed it. John Gordon says Cade gets a 9. Perry Chagan says Cade 8. I'm gonna say an 8.5. Yeah, I think so. I want Conor Bradley to stay ahead with a 9, to be honest, because I think he was the best for me. That is just my opinion. On to the first sub, Takumi Minamino. I thought he affected things really well when he came on. Excuse me. I thought he was really good, to be honest with you. Came deep. Obviously, it's funny because I was saying Waltman couldn't really deal with the physicality of the centre-halves. To be honest, neither could Takumi Minamino. It's really hard for him. He has bulked out a bit. You could see him battling in the midfield, but when he's coming up against that big fella who did admittedly handle the ball for our penalty, but when he's coming up against that big fella, he just still doesn't have that yet. But what he does have is skill at his feet with abundance. Big Boy Kanate Minamino gets a 6, Rob Davies Taki 8, Squiddle Master 6.5, Ty Marshall 8, Sinersin 6, Genevieve Chua, really good name, says Taki 7, Josiah Cooper Taki 8. That's quite high, fair enough. I don't think he was that good, I'll be honest, but I do think he was good. I'm just going to give him a straight 7, to be honest. I don't think he was overawing, but I do think he was good. Roberto Firmino, excellent, absolutely excellent. Comes on, and I say Takumi Minamino changes the game or affects the game in a positive way, I should say. Firmino does the same. Obviously gets his goal. It's just so Bobby, isn't it? Just so Bobby. He's calm, composed, back heel through someone's legs, and then he wheels away with a big Bobby smile on his face. It's great to see him back out there, to be honest with you. It's great to see him with a smile on his face, and we all know the skill that he possesses. And we just need, look, we're going to need him so much more. Same with Taki, we're going to need him so much more over this Christmas period. The fact that he can come in, affect the game straight away, and just wheel away in celebration, I think is fantastic. So we'll have a look at what you guys saw. Let's just hide Gary's comment, because, you know, whatever. The Citizen says Bobby 8, Rob Davies says Firmino 7.5, Ty says 8, Squiddle Master 8, Genevieve 8.5, Gordon 8, HC 8, Lucy 8, Taki, Sir Klopp saying Taki, Firmino 8. You know what, I'll go with you guys on this one. Yeah, can't really argue with Bobby getting an 8 there. That is fair play. I picked Frauendorf instead of Norris. I don't think Norris had enough time on the pitch, but what Frauendorf did when he came on, it's not even how you say it, Frauendorf, yeah, probably. When he came on, he had a little bit of spark. Errol really enjoyed it when he came on, like just seeing a bit of pace on the wings again, and that's what you need in these types of games. You need to be able to just go, right, we need someone who can get the ball up the pitch and play around with that little bit more energy, fresh legs, and able to keep the ball on their third instead of us being back against the walls. You don't want that. I don't think he was on too much to affect the game. Sir Klopp, Frauendorf 10. No, I don't think so, but I will say, I'll give him a nice little 7.5, because you know what? Feeling generous. Mad how he's got more than Taki, actually. I'll bump him back down to a 7. I don't think he was better than Taki. And then Tsimikas Comes on, first touch, goal. You can't argue with it. He literally come on, and judging by, I don't know what's happened to Robbo, but it looked nasty. So we might need Simicast straight away in the next game. And the fact that he can come on, he's got a brilliant left foot. Robbo was putting him in on a dime, and so did this guy as well. Came in straight away, didn't even miss a beat. I thought it was really, really good. Simicast 8, says Rob Davis. Ty Marshall 8, Costas 8, says Genevieve. OCS 9, Bocky JT 8. Very high numbers for literally maybe one touch of a ball, which is ridiculous. And you know what? I'm going to give him a 7.5. I don't think he gets too high of a number because that would be mad. Right, that has been our collective player ratings for today's game. But I still need to know who your man of the match for this game was against Shrewsbury. So I'm going to ask Joe very politely. Joe, could you tell me who the man of the match was, please? Cade Gordon won the man of the match. So, not my man of the match, your man of the match was Cade Gordon. My man of the match was Connor Bradley. But to be fair, Cade Gordon was absolutely brilliant today, so I can't even argue with you guys out there. Yeah, look, brilliant for the Reds. We just found out we have Cardiff City. Can't remember if it's home or it's home, which is brilliant as well. So we can have another home game for these young kids to get stuck in with. Cardiff City, so you'd expect a load of these youngsters to play again. So they've basically fought for another opportunity to play at the top level at Anfield in front of a full crowd. They will be made up with that result. Cade Gordon will be made up with his goal. Just a great result all around, to be honest with you. I think, like I say at the start of it, the team management from Klopp was absolutely spot on. But we are not finished. Obviously, we had the fan reactions that Edel did just before this video. We got the watch along, we got the final whistle as well. But over on the redmentv.com, we are going to have the instant match reaction streaming in about 10, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. We will be there going in depth on this game before the final word, where it is fully in depth on this game. They're doing an hour tomorrow morning live at 10:30 a.m. talking through all these incidents in the game, talking through all of these players, all the youth players, and seeing what they think, which is going to be fantastic. So make sure you tune into that, but also tune into the instant match reaction, easy for me to say, with me and Edel in about 15 minutes, talking through that game with big smiles on our faces, knowing that we're through to the 4th round playing Cardiff City at Anfield. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for helping me with these player ratings. Thank you for giving me your man of the match, and we will see you for the instant match reaction over on Redmen Plus.
Hey, if you want to get your name here and be a club legend like so many have so far, join up to Redmen Plus. You get an incredible range of Liverpool content. Our Netflix for Liverpool fans style services there for you, documentaries, features and interviews. And yes, we also have the club legend here. So if you want to go a bit deeper, get a deeper connection with us and with Liverpool Football Club as well, then sign up to the redmentv.com, Redmen Plus at a club legend tier, and there's loads of extra bonus perks for you as well. Check it out.